you are not seeing this video by accident, if this has come across your feed, then you must listen. God is calling you higher. He has something so big for you that if he told you, you wouldn't even believe it. This is a season of keeping our faith, continuing to move forward despite what our circumstance looks like. Don't allow your eyes to trick you from everything that's surrounding you. It may not look like what God promised you right now, but this is when we must keep our faith. The enemy is trying to distract you. The enemy is trying to shift your focus. He is trying to move you away and push you away from what God has called you to. So if you're in a season right now that is hard, that is tough, that you feel like you are drained and you are tired of having that hope, I'm here to tell you to keep on moving. Your breakthrough happens in the movement. There is a verse that talks about them weeping as they sow their seed, and then they return with the harvest in joy. So what happens between the weeping and planting the seed and having joy in the harvest? There is a time frame that happens in the in-between. The in-between is where we are becoming the person who can handle that blessing. So you may be the person who is weeping as you're sowing your seed. But in order to sow, that takes movement. That takes courage. If you don't have courage right now, borrow some of mine. You may not have courage in yourself, but trust in the person who called you to where you're supposed to be, because he wouldn't have called you to it if you weren't destined to do it. Let's shift our focus from what we're going through right now in this season and ask God, what is it that you want me to learn? What is it that you want me to see about myself? What is it that you want me to shed off of me in this season? I'm here to tell you that your season is not going to last long. Seasons always change. So embrace where you are. Embrace the process. It's in the process that we are molded and we are shifted into the person who is capable of handling that vision. The person who learns from the trials, the person who learns from the mistakes or the failures. That builds perseverance, that builds endurance, that builds that deeper, intimate relationship with the Lord. He is waiting on you. If you found yourself not talking to him as much because you're upset out of where you are, I want you to pour into him. Share with him how you feel. You don't have to fear coming to him angry. You don't have to fear coming to him upset. He loves you and he wants to hear what you have to say. Don't pull away just because it's not what you want it to be. Don't back down because you're having resistance. Let me tell you something. The enemy doesn't want you to be where God has called you. So he has planted weeds within the wheat so that it can entangle and so that you can try to get to your blessing too early or try to uproot too early and uproot everything. He doesn't want you to get to where you're going. So he's going to put obstacles in the way. He is going to try to get you to turn around. He is going to try to get you to shift your focus, to make you feel discouraged. Something that I recently heard that changed my life, that I rephrased in my own words, is that every situation has a positive and a negative effect. So when we have this doubt, when we have this worry, we're focusing on the negative side of the situation. But what if we shifted our focus, shifted our perspective from focusing on that negative situation, on that negative aspect, and focus on the positive. When we focus on the positive side of a situation, that is called faith. Repent for your unbelief. And make the decision today to say yes. Say yes to the hard times. Say yes to the persevering. Say yes to having resilience, no matter how hard it gets. You have a purpose and a calling on your life, and you're not meant to be where you are right now forever. Do not allow this situation or the circumstance keep you in a place that was meant to grow you. Don't allow the situation to keep you in a place that wasn't supposed to last long. Be strengthened. Be strengthened in your word. Be strengthened by this message. He's calling your name. He's calling your name. He is calling your name. Are you going to answer the call? Are you going to make the decision to believe despite what your situation looks like? Are you going to make the decision to believe despite the pain that you're in? Because there is purpose in your pain. There is purpose in your pain. This pain isn't meant to overtake you. This pain that you're in is growing you, is developing you. All your broken pieces that you may have right now, just like the potter, he's putting you back together. I pray that this strengthened you. I pray that this encouraged you. I pray that this gave you hope. Hope to continue to move forward. Hope in the midst of darkness. Because you can be in a dark season, but not be in a dark place in your mind. You have the capability to be surrounded by chaos and still be at peace. You have the capability to be surrounded by uncertainty, but still know in your mind what is certain. And that's that God is going to take care of you. That's that Jesus is there with you every single step of the way. His word is lighting your steps, each step that you take. Have courage in this season. Don't allow what you're going through to move you out of alignment in His will for your life. I would love to hear in the comments if this word was for you and what you're going to do after hearing this word. How are you going to apply this word to your life? I don't normally make videos like this, but I really felt the Lord pushed me and encouraged me to share this with you. I believe this is an on-time word for somebody out there and that you weren't listening to this by accident. For more encouragement on your journey, make sure to follow this channel and be strengthened in His love. You have the capability to be at rest no matter what situation you're in. I love you. Bye. That was good.